in EmPHorium in the Philippines. I want to say magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, and for the people in the US watching this live at the EmPHorium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking time to at least check it out. Check us out. EmPHorium is a unique US base, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And EmPHorium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when we come to see you. But what the Live EmPHorium is, this is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunities by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the EmPHorium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff. You know, discovering global quality Philippine-made products for your business in the U.S. market shouldn't really be that difficult any longer, you know, especially now that you have EmPHorium. Now, if you've ever wanted to start a business selling Philippine-made products or discovering investment opportunities or cost-effective, business services from the Philippines, you are definitely watching the right channel. Now, I'd like to welcome all of you to Live at the Emporium. I just want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat sa Pilipinas, and also good afternoon or good evening wherever you are in the U.S. Say hello to everyone. I want to say hello to everybody in the U.S. also, definitely. My name is Ferdinand Soriano, and I am your host for this. Can you imagine? It's the 21st or 21st episode of Live at the Emporium. And for those who have never heard of Live at the Emporium, I can't imagine who would not have heard of it yet. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people. It's a long thing that we're trying to do, like a long journey. We're trying to get everybody aware of Live at the Emporium. But just in case you haven't heard of it yet, I just want to go ahead and briefly explain what we're all about. So allow me to briefly explain what it is. Emporium is a U.S.-based, first of its kind, Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its main purpose is really to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And Live at the Emporium is all about that tool that we use. We rely heavily on it to create awareness and the sales opportunities for all of these things from the Philippines. Now, the show embraces or leans towards doing a lot of live demos, especially coming from obviously from the Philippines, and having the actual founder or a representative from those companies that we're trying to promote actually do the demonstration. We also have vendor collaboration or vendor spotlight. We have master classes that we try to teach the Philippine manufacturers. But at the end, we also have, today we're going to announce that next master class that we're having. So our purpose overall, 3 E's, okay? The first E is educate, second E is elevate, and then hopefully yours truly can entertain you and so all the people that are part of this live stream. Now, the showroom itself, everyone, is located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard. Like I said, it's in the U.S. in California, okay? So it's 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602, Los Angeles, California, okay? So now what I want to know is that I want to know where you guys are at. So if you'd be so kind enough, whoever's watching now at the moment, please go ahead and type in where you're watching this from. If you're watching from the Philippines, from Negros, Cavite, Pangasinan, Ilocos Norte, that's fine. All of those places, we want to know where you guys are watching. And then if you're in the U.S., Northern California, Southern California, Vegas, New York, Florida, I don't care. I want to know where you guys are at. So just please type in where you're watching from. So right now, put it in the chat and tell us where you're watching. Okay. So now today we're doing a live demo. Okay. It's a delicious product made mainly from mangoes. You got to excuse me because every time I think of mangoes, my mouth starts to salivate. I just love mangoes. Okay. So with that being said, our product presenter, her name is Audrey Regis. She's a firecracker, dynamo. She's very impressive in the way she's put together this business. She is our first live demo presenter. She is the founder of Audrey's Confectioners. And we're also joined later in the hour by a gentleman by the name of Larry Johnson of L.R. Johnson and Associate. They are artisanal food curator. I will let him tell you what all that is about, but it's in a very important position. So what he'll be doing is he'll be giving us some insights on what he thinks, what are the important factors if you're going to create a market footprint in the U.S. So I'm talking to all the Philippine manufacturers right now. I'm pointing my finger because please listen to this gentleman, because he's got so much experience about different types of food, specialty, and he deals in hospitality, restaurants, hotels, and things of that nature. So he knows to a certain degree, needless to say, what works and what might not work. So just listen to him. Now, with that being said, again, let me go ahead and type in where you're watching this from, and it looks like we might have some people already. Let's see. Mayanne Salazar. Mayanne, love you, girl. It says, good morning, Emporium from Leyte, Philippines. And I'm going to show, So good morning, EmPHorium from the Philippines. Always excited to be the show. I'm excited every time you do that because at least I feel like people are watching and you guys are sharing it all the time. Especially when we're not doing the show, you guys are always sharing it. Thank you, man. You've been instrumental in getting the word out about live at the EmPHorium. And again, every time you do that, you are trying to elevate Philippine-made products in the U.S. market and to our audience, and I appreciate that, man. Let's see. So now, with that being said, I want to go ahead and introduce to you our first guest. Like I said, she's the founder of Audrey's Confectionaries. This lady is amazing. I got to talk to her a little bit, and before we do these rehearsals before, and I got to know her a little bit from there. And she's just a dynamo. She's always like all over the place, and her mind is clicking back and forth, different ideas and different ways to sell. And it will show when she tells you where her products have been or are currently when in the Philippines, and what her goals are. And she's going to do a little bit of a quick demo for us, so kind of pay attention to that also, especially the distributors, buyers, online retailers. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce her to you. So her product is mainly made from mangoes, and again, in Cebu has the best mango. And I'm going to let Audrey talk to you about that. So here she is, the founder of Audrey's Confectionaries. Please welcome Audrey Regis.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is
Hi, Audrey. How are
Hi.
you? Finally, right? We've been trying to talk. I'm sure because your mind is all over the place earlier because we keep talking, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that like you are just on it. You're a busy lady, and thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to find out more along with our audience what type of product you have. I want you to start with that. Tell us a little bit about the company, and then we'll do a little bit of a live demo, and then let's talk about the business aspect of Audrey's Confectionaries and what your goals are for the U.S. market. Okay, so I'm going to turn over the camera to you, and I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. And first of all, I'd like to thank Emporium and Ferdinand here for giving me this chance to showcase my product and present everything about my company and the products. For there, I was gonna ask for the camera to be turned on for the second. Those are the products of my company. Again, my name is Audrey Regis, the founder of Audrey's Confectionaries. Let me tell you about a little bit about myself first. I'm Before I became a business owner of almost 10 years ago. That's how old my company is right now, and how long these products have been in the market. I was a banker for 22 long years. I was with Citibank, HSBC, and 2 years with a local bank in Far East Bank. Used to be PPI bought them out. So I was a banker and third baker, and now a food manufacturer for all these delicious products. So that's Audrey's Confectionaries, and just a little bit about myself. Now, to go into the first branch where I sold my products was through an airport in Cebu. It was a Pasalubong Center, a gift store, and that opened up a lot of opportunities for me because that's where SM group of companies, the biggest mall and the biggest grocery here in the Philippines, discovered my first flavor, which is the Mango Caramel Classic. This is actually a product that is, you can see it over here, and we have two sizes of it. And it's all dried mangoes coated with salted caramel, which I have developed also myself. The recipe. And then all these are dried mangoes, and then they're available in four variants. And one is in chocolate, another one is in cashew, and then another one is in pistachio. So we have the classic, which is just coated with the salted caramel, and this is, since I developed the banana chips because I noticed in the market when I did everything up to the delivery. So I when I deliver in the groceries, I see a lot of Koreans, Japanese, a lot of tourists going to the shelves of the banana chips and putting their hands in the racks and just shoving all the banana chips in the cart, shopping cart. And then I realized there's no variety or of very few flavors available in the market. It's just either sweet, or all salted. So I actually created a combination of sweet and salted banana chips. So if I may, I will open this in front of you and focus yourself in, oh, where did the second camera go? I was going to pour this in a glass that I prepared in the second camera. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to pour it there. There you go. So all that goodness, that's sweet and salted, crunchy, thinly sliced, crispy, just perfect to quench that craving for both salty, and sweet at the same time. So that's one of a kind all over the world. I haven't seen anything else like this. And definitely, when you open it, you'll finish it right away. But just in case you don't finish it, it comes with a Ziploc already in the packaging, and you can lock it again. I'm afraid my phone is actually ringing, which is so sorry about that. Um, the other phone is connected to the camera for the products. I'm so sorry. Anyways, let's proceed to the unboxing. It's echoing. I don't know why for the. Let me just turn it off.
Yeah, go ahead and turn off the microphone. There you go, Audrey.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry about
That
that.
that trust me, that always happened. That's not a big deal. At least it's not echoing, which is great. So you're great. I love it. Just keep continue to do that. I'm sure people understand we have those glitches. So go ahead and I'll give back the camera to you, okay?
Okay, thank you. So going back to the unboxing of the mango caramel, which everyone is so excited about. I personally am so excited about. So let me start with the mango caramel cashew. As you can see, the box is really pretty. The head of SM said that my packaging, as you can see, are all different colors, which represents the different seasons of the year. So it's a gift that is appropriate for any season of the year, as you can see. So let me tell you more about the packaging. The packaging is, of course, the background is a mango tree. You see mangoes and the Maya. Why the Maya bird? Actually, the Maya bird was the national bird of the Philippines before the president of the Philippines changed it to the eagle. So this is all Philippines that's reflected in this packaging. So it's the Maya bird that you can frequently see in the mango tree eating the mangoes. So so if you can see it, it's all Filipino. So when you open it, okay, 6 pieces of it pops up. It's individually wrapped, and even if you're just shopping in the mall and you can't see the actual product inside because I don't have a window, you can actually see the actual product at the back. There's a photo of the actual product here and how it looks like. Okay, even the cashew, you could see it also, and even the pistachio, there's also a product photo. So that's how pretty the packaging is. And I made sure that the Philippine the design of the product box is pretty, pretty enough that all Filipinos giving it away as a pasalubong or a gift Every time they go out of the country, which is, of course, a tradition to us Filipinos, is that you are proud that it's from the Philippines and made and conceptualized in the Philippines. So when you open it, there comes a wow effect from them. And when you open further this wrapper, very simple. Here comes out, I hope, another wow, because you can definitely smell how good the chocolate is. And I only choose good quality chocolate. So this is how it looks like. Chocolate on one side and all that lusciously coated salted caramel on the other side. So that's the mango caramel chocolate. Okay. And then I'd like to open the cashew product now. This one, it always comes and wrapped with plastic to make sure that if it falls in the floor of the grocery racks, it will still be as good and clean when you buy it. So I made sure that there's always an extra wrapper that the customer will have to to protect the product. So there goes out the plastic, and then you slide it like your CD case to the kids from the 80s. You know what I'm talking about. So there you go. This is the mango caramel cashew. So now let's open it up and see how the actual product looks like. There you go. All that fruity, nutty deliciousness and delight in every bite. By the way, this is actually my bestseller together with the chocolate mango caramel. Just to give you an idea of how the big box actually look like, because it comes in two sizes. One is the pack of 6, and the other one is the pack of 15. This is the other one. It's a bigger box. The size is about 7 by 7 inches. And in the back of the box, you'll also see the actual product. So let's open it up. And in the same way, all the boxes are wrapped in plastic to make sure that it's clear. This one is actually for delivery already. As you can see how much Cultura is selling it for, that's their barcode. It's selling for 599. Later, I'll discuss the pricing point. Okay, let me just open this. So the plastic is easy to open. I just don't have long nails. Okay. Making sure the plastic will protect the box so there are no scratches and no dirt when you finally open the product. Here comes another wow for me, hopefully for all of you viewers and soon to be customers. So it opens up like a chocolate box actually. And you'll see 15 pieces all in all. And it's also the same with the mango caramel pistachio. Oh, I haven't opened one mango caramel pistachio yet. I'll open one for you. I hope you could have a taste of this. Actually, when you open it up, you could smell the goodness of that. If you of the salted caramel, I love the smell of caramel.
I love the fact that you asked if people can taste it. I'm gonna make everybody jealous because I've got one. So I love it. Anyway, go ahead. I'm just gonna enjoy it while you're doing that, so I can go along with you.
Okay, yeah, and here is the pistachio. So let me open up one. I didn't put a lot of pistachio because first, pistachio is very expensive. So, and second, I just wanted that flavor of pistachio in my mangoes because there might be some people who does not like cashew. So I made a variant with pistachio. So when you open it, it's just like so there's sprinkle of pistachio in the pack. So all that gooiness, greatness. So it's the objective is to be able to satisfy even the ones with very intriguing palate, the ones that cannot be satisfied. Watch out, there's that product already that you'll say wow to.
I mean, of course, there's going to be a certain thing where I would be prejudiced to it only because it's here. But I really like it only because, Audrey, the caramel, it's just right. It's not overpowering. I think for me, most of the time, a lot of desserts or sweets, they can be like that. It's just the balance of the nuttiness, and then you're right about the mango, because the fact that it's in a package like this, it still retains that softness, like as if you just did it, which I like. And again, you said there's 50 in a box.
15.
15. Okay, so I guess that's 15 ways, 15 chances to fall in love with this product, right? So you keep trying it. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, I'm in love again. Okay, I'm in love again. This is so great because, like I said, obviously, if you like the combination of the sweetness and the nuttiness, definitely is that's why on your website you said you put the funk in Cebu mango or something like that, right? Right?
Funky. Yeah. It wasn't me who actually said that. I quoted that from this writer. I was featured for 2 months on the airline magazine of Royal Brunei Airlines, and it was them who said I put the funky in Cebu dried mangoes because no one has done anything like this. I actually upgraded the uh, dried mango. Who would ever think of presenting it this way? Dried mango here is just plain dried mango or chocolate coated dried mango. That's it. And that's when I thought of putting an additional choice of dried mango product. And little did I know, I did not even thought. I just that all the buyers of these big groceries are actually looking for choices in the market for their customers. That's why when they saw my product, I didn't even have a hard time anymore. They called and wanted my products right away. So it I was so happy. It was a big success. I answered a need in the market, and that's what's important when you're making a product.
I'm taking the opportunity to show them while we're talking now because you did the demo. Let's talk business. Let's talk about your plans where you want to take the product. You've met some amazing success already. Like I said, I'm enjoying this. I wish you could just keep talking and then I can just eat this while you're talking, right? But at the end, what I'm trying to do is let's talk business. I mean, I'm showing the website, all so they all can visit it too and check out your products. But tell us a little bit about where the product is currently at. I know you just mentioned that the one thing that I'm excited for your product is because a lot of people they can see your product in the Philippine airport, right? So they bring it as a pasalubong. So that's a good tie-in for people who bring it there and then they want to be in the U.S. and see the product here, so they can buy it, right? So tell us about that, where the product is currently, and what are your plans, and how much are you selling the products now? You know, what are your plans about, how much is the average price in the Philippines?
The average price in the Philippines per pack of 15, which is the bigger box, is 599 pesos. So in US dollars, that's about almost $11.50. And for the small pack of six, it's 239 pesos. The price I'm quoting is the price being sold at all Cultura branches nationwide. The 239, that's about $4.60 for now at the current exchange rate. But there are a few stores selling the in the airport, that is, because I would understand because of the high price of rental. This box is selling for about by Cultura for about uh, let's just round it off at $12, and this has been sold the bigger box for $38 in the airport, and they're still selling a lot. And the small box is sold for $4.50 in Cultura, but in the airport there are stores selling it for $15, so that's 750 pesos. So those are the opportunities in the market if you want to resell the products, because of the way I designed it and the way I presented and uh, developed the product. It's good enough to sell even times times 10 of the regular price in the Philippine market. Yes, pretty. I can't hear you, Ferdy. I like that you're asking me questions because I actually am being guided on what to talk about my.
That's my job. That's what I told you. I told you when we were talking about the product, I wanted you to talk to potential online retailers, distributors, buyers, give them an idea that this amazing product of yours can be a part of a lot of different ways of selling it. This is not just a product for the Filipino market. Mango is a universal brand, dear lady. The caramel, the chocolate, the cashews, the pistachios, everybody can understand it. So it's not necessarily just a product that can be marketed. This thing could be like at a Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, because they're all fresh. They're all fresh. That's why I'm all constantly just asking you, what are your plans? What do you want to do? What are you seeking here in the U.S. market? You and I were joking around as a Filipino. We all want to, back in the day, so to speak, maybe even now, they want to go to the U.S. to live here. But now it's different, obviously, because an exporter or you're a manufacturer. What do you want to do in the next 6 months or a year? What would you want to happen to your product?
Funny, I'll tell you a story. One time I went, oh, during the hard lockdown, during the pandemic, I actually traveled November 2020 to LA, and I was asked by the officer who lets you in their country or not. What do you call that officer? The immigration officer, yeah. And the question was, "What's the purpose of your visit here?" And I go, "Oh, I'm here to make a market research about the American snack industry." Oh, why? Because I had several canceled trips to America because of the pandemic, and that was supposed to be with the buyers, the big buyers in LA. And I want to make sure that my pricing point is correct with similar competing products. Oh, impressive. So, anyways, that's actually what I want to do, to be able to penetrate the American snack industry. I want to be in every shelves of Costco, Walmart, what else? Trader Joe's, and if I could even just start with just a few little Asian, I mean the Asian stores, that would be a dream come true.
Let's conquer the world, Audrey. Because you know why?
Let's talk about America, right?
Yeah, well, you touched on already. Giro Tamasi just made a comment. In Costco, one of the big sellers of dried fruit is mango. So the market is already prepped for you because you just put a different twist to it. And that's why it's just us for us to really, your company and whatever your goals are, to be really committed and having people taste this, because that's what Live at Emporium is trying to do, because we're trying to just create awareness and maybe have people really clamor for this product to be put in Costco. Because like I said, not only are you the banana as a brand in Costco, but you're putting a different type of mango, and on top of that, you're putting caramel, cashews, chocolate, and that people should know, right? And that's at Costco. Okay, so I hate to do this because we're always timing. I told you, and I wish I could maybe invite you again, and I want you to come back again at the end of the day, because that product of yours is going to be amazing. I just enjoyed it. I didn't open up the other ones because you promised me that you're going to give me more samples, and hope, because I don't want to eat it, because anybody who comes into Emporium right now, I want them to taste it themselves, because I enjoyed it tremendously. So we'll leave it at this. What is the last, I'll give you the last few words before you go. But again, thank you for sharing what you want to do in the future. And hopefully we're able to help you with that. But go ahead. I'll give you the last few words of our segment.
Okay. Thank you very much, Birdie. Yes, I thank you for listening and listening in my presentation. At the end of the day, all I really want is to let everybody know this product is available in the Philippines right now. I would like to be able to export to America and try the market, of course. But as for now, I have a website where you can buy the products. Unfortunately, I cannot. The website cannot service orders coming from IP address that is American. So the limitation is due to the cost of freight is more than the cost of the products. But if you have relatives, you know there's a lot of Filipinos living, especially right now after being locked down for 2 years. There's a lot of friends, relatives going to America. Maybe you could ask them to buy it off all the stores where my products are available. It's available nationwide already. I don't know if Ferdy could flash where the list of stores, but you can call me and contact me uh, through, if I may say my phone number, you can contact me through WhatsApp or Viber. My phone number is 0917-553-5482. I will type it in the chat box. I don't know if everyone can see this chat box. Is Ferdy? Hello, Ferdy. Okay. Anyways, I wrote it down. I'm not so sure if it can be shown or you can read all of these. But yes, just email me also at audrey.regis@audreysconfectionaries.com. You can send me a message through my website, audreysconfectionaries.com, for inquiries on buying my products. Thank you so much, Ferdy. I can't hear you.
Before you go, I want to just address some of the comments that were made on the platform, and I'm sorry that that's probably the best, because you had so many. The people where the products is available. It's amazing, because what's happening with these live streams is that some people who may not have heard of you, because of the fact that it's sort of bouncing back in terms of the awareness, not only in the U.S. but also in the Philippines. If you look at her website, there's so many places where it's available. That's why I'm excited to know that it's her product. It's just a matter of time for her to really duplicate some of the things that she's doing, and we just need to be contributing to that. Now, Rhea, I just want to go ahead and show some of the comments that you had. It says here, dried mango combined with chocolates and caramel are the best. That's for Audrey, for you. And then this is a message from Jiro Tamasi. Philippine dried mango is in Costco or some stores, so this could be a potential for other markets, not just Filipino. You have a friend here. Her name is Donna. Go, 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 Audrey.
Yeah, Dora, we met during IFEX.
Yeah, so you're gonna meet Donna. Is also she also has an amazing product. Both of you are like just like go getters. I love it. That's why I'm truly excited to be a part of what you guys are trying to build. And then the last comment was let's see who we'll definitely try this. TC from Cebu, so she's there. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much. And if you guys are interested, the people are watching, if you're interested in reselling it, buying it, consuming it yourself, and just enjoying this delicious product, just go ahead and reach out to EmPHorium also, or just message us. And that's what we're here for, to sort of filter or sort of, facilitate all the different ways that you can connect with Audrey. But like I said, we showed the website, so you can go to Audrey's confectionaries too. All right, so Audrey, thank you so much. Love it. Love you, girl. I love you from the fact that you were so energetic. I love your presentation, and hopefully we get to do another one. All right, everybody. Now, what I want to do is we're trying something new. Audrey just made a presentation. I want to re-emphasize how amazing that market is. Jiro sort of touched upon it already. So I'm going to bring out to you a consultant, somebody who does market research. He's a graduate of Cal State University San Bernardino. He works for a major retailer that enables him to do these market research. But we've created a partnership where every time somebody needs market research, something of a SWOT analysis, so that Philippine manufacturers can get an idea of what the market is all about, because it's almost sort of like a roadmap, or I call it, an encouraging paperwork or encouraging research to be able to say, okay, that's a good market. This is what it is in the U.S. I wanted to bring him up. His name is Joseph Videz, and he's going to give a little bit of what he thinks about Audrey's product, not necessarily specifically Audrey's product, but the actual industry. So let me bring him on. He'll give us a few feedback a little bit on what that's all about. Okay, so here he is. His name is Joseph Videz. Hey, Joseph.
Hey, Ferdinand. Thank you for having me again. Appreciate you.
Hey, I feel bad for you guys because I got to taste it.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for myself. Honestly, my mouth is watering as well. It's just these products look so good. From the packaging to the unwrapping and seeing them myself, they're just delicious.
Yeah, that's why to me this whole thing has just been amazing. So, tell us a little bit about what you think of the industry together. Let's encourage Audrey.
Okay, so Audrey, I have some very encouraging news for you and great news actually. So as you mentioned, COVID-19 did kind of impact this industry a lot, bringing down the share about 0.8% of revenue from 2018 to all the way to 2020. So from there, it went down a total of 1.4% of revenues only because of COVID. But from now, it actually spiked all the way up to a 1.8% and a compounded annual growth rate of 4.3% from 2022 all the way to 2028. So the industry is now growing. So that's great news. It's a total of a $4.2 billion industry in 2022, and it'll only go up from there. It is expected to go all the way up to $8 billion from all the way to 2028. So that's very great news. And also the barriers to entry to these products are very low because it's so fragmented. There's so many different companies trying to get into it that there is no major company being able to replicate these products. The best they have are dried cranberries, and I wouldn't want to try that, honestly. I think this, especially the dried mangoes and the way that Audrey is preparing them, those are a little bit more rare commodities to find. As she said, they're either covered in dark chocolate, which is not very preferable to a lot of Southern Californians, or they're just covered in a lot of sugar. There's a lot of Hispanics that make it covered in sugar or some type of chili powder that is just not to the people's liking. So this is a product that, again, is just also healthy, and the way it's prepared, it's different to a lot of these. So that's one eye-opening thing, especially the packaging. Me seeing it now and how freshly sealed it is, that sets it apart from any of these companies.
Well, I'm glad that you said all that, only because what we wanted to come from you was something encouraging after they do their presentation. Some of the manufacturers that come on, they sometimes don't know exactly the huge market that's available, and that's also going to, the information you gave, it's also going to be supplemented or added on to what you're saying by our next guest later on, right? So
Yeah.
to me, thank you so much for that input, because at the end they want to hear that, they want to know that they're about to take a chance, that leap of faith, okay, that leap of faith here into the US market, that it's worth it. Whatever you're thinking, if you really are about expanding your market and having a product that's, some products just need to get out of a particular country, because
Yeah.
that particular product is probably so common that there's a certain effect of familiarity, and maybe not appreciated. At least that's how I see it. So taking it to other not the provinces, but other country,
Mhm.
that will definitely create more market share. But you have to know that there is an opportunity, and that's what you've done, Joseph. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Of course, and another great thing I forgot to add, Ferdinand. The spots that are mainly looking for these products are, again, supermarkets and hypermarkets. Hypermarkets are just sort of that sell more international brands that any local Target would. So these are very great ways to explore, because again, they only have limited supplies and dried fruit. So this is something new that they can look into, and again, putting it on the shelves for more people to see. That's where it gets more of the recognition, are these supermarkets and hypermarkets.
See, the packaging, I don't know if she sells them by themselves. I think she
Uh-huh.
puts them mostly in the boxes, right? But by itself right there, a lot of
Mhm.
people would buy that just to try it out. And then the pricing could
Oh, yeah.
even be smaller. So the packaging that Audrey's created is amazing.
Yeah,
So
I think that kind of, with me, for like in Southern California, people will just fall in love with that type, because that packaging again is just, I've never seen that for those type of products. So it just kind of sets it apart. It's very eye opening and colorful. So that's what I liked about the
oh
products.
yeah, she really took the time to do that. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I want to just flash a really quick, I don't know if Audrey's still looking, but she says, "Are you available? Order online." And I want to say yes. But anyway, with that being said, Joseph, thank you so much for giving us your perspective.
Mhm.
We're counting on you to be here every week and really research the people that are part of the show and promoting the live stream or demo. Because at the end of the day, we Emporium wants to be, and you're a part of the Emporium team, obviously. We want to be encouraging. We want them to go, let's go for it. I mean, that's the market. Or if they want to read more about it, they can reach out to you, or you can give them a couple of websites so they can understand what that is. But at the end of the day, so much data, people don't have time to do that. You're able to compress it, or at least the ones that they really want to know, right?
Of course, yeah, they can reach me through either Facebook or LinkedIn, and if they want a full length report, I can go ahead and give that to them. Again, I am partnered through you with your Emporium. I have put a few things on your LinkedIn and Facebook as well. You guys can check it out. We did a product Saint C that we did last week. I put up a full report for that as well. Audrey's Confectionaries, I also have a full report of that as well.
Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and see you next week, right? So
Yes, of
next week,
course. Yeah,
I think next week, if everything goes well, it's going to be a product made out of rice. And I'm going to challenge you on that to give me some data. Okay.
awesome. Yeah, I
All
will
right. Thank you
definitely.
so
I
much.
will always love a challenge. Thank you, Ferdinand, for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye. Take it easy,
Goodbye.
Joseph. All right, everybody. Let's keep the show rolling along. I'm excited because all this empowerment, I love all that. So the next guest, we're having a master class. Before we bring on Larry Johnson, I want to go ahead and bring up the one two punch of what's happening and how we're going to continue to create opportunities for all these wonderful products in Emporium. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring up the collaborator. Both of them are collaborators. One is it's in the shipping industry, and the other one is a global. The name of the company is Global Business Impact. I'm going to bring up May Cruz and then Nancy Marquez of RAF International Freight Forwarding. They're going to talk about a master class that we're doing, and on top of that, maybe Nancy will give us some perspective on the status of turn time as far as the cost is concerned too. But all of that, really, maybe you should just watch it tomorrow. But let me go ahead and bring them up so make an announcement, okay? Hello, Nancy and May. How are you, ladies?
Good morning from the Philippines. We're good. I'm good. How about you?
Hello, Ferdinand. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, May. Hi, Ferdinand.
I am excited for both of you guys because you've learned to sort of collaborate in many ways. And Nancy, you get to do a solo thing for tomorrow, right? An hour. I hope you're ready for that because it's not easy doing this for an hour, and you got to keep talking and talking. So I don't know about you, but hopefully you're ready.
Well, maybe we'll sit, and I think the format will be something like we'll be chatting, so it will be an interesting webinar. So it'll be like an interactive type of thing,
Mhm.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
let's
we'll
hear
have
about.
actual samples, computations, and that sort. Yeah.
Well, I definitely I'm happy for that. Now go ahead and talk about the event, May, and then Nancy. Just give us a little quick status of what's going on in your industry right now, so that people can get excited about the actual content for tomorrow, as well as the current status of shipping. So go ahead, May, and talk about the event for tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, so tomorrow is our next master class. It's gonna be October 21st, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in the US, and in the Philippines on the end of RAF Nancy, it's gonna be October 22nd. That's a Saturday, at 9 a.m. Yeah, and the title of the master class is Logistics 101 with RAF International. And of course, our special guest is Miss Nancy Marquez of RAF International. She is the marketing director,
Sales and
manager
marketing
of
manager.
RAF. Yeah, sales
Yes.
and marketing manager for
Yeah.
RAF International.
So in
Yeah.
this master class of webinar seminar type of thing, we will be talking about how to ship your samples. So in small packages like this one, or even smaller, depending on what you are sending. And also, we're going to take up how to ship your products if you're ready to ship out like samples, like refilling your samples now in the United States. No, so
Mhm.
whether you're a beginner or you are already in the uh,
Export
um,
business. Yeah.
export business, we'll take up both modes of transport.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we can give you some more insights, and it'll be an interesting session tomorrow.
Yes, hope to see you all guys there.
You
All
ladies.
Emporium's clients. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And again, you put both of you have put so much value in terms of what you guys are doing for the Philippine manufacturers. Because May, I know that you have other products and services that you're trying to put together,
Mm-hmm.
like export management on demand, as well
Mm-hmm.
as helping people with FDA. And then
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, you continue to amaze me because a lot of the people's reaction when you talk to them, you give them a quick quote, you're very helpful, and that's what it's going to create. I actually might have another person that's interested in bringing their product here. I met her this morning. The name of the company, she's referred to as the Chocolate Queen. Just look her up, Chocolate Queen of the Philippines. And I am probably still high on the chocolate that she gave me because it was so good. And a lot of people don't know that in the Philippines they have such amazing cacao beans. But anyway, that's another subject matter
Yeah.
altogether.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yes.
right. I just enjoyed that. But anyway, so with all that said, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Unless there's something else that you guys want to mention really quick, I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow,
See you. See
Ferdinand.
you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so we're almost at the home stretch. I hate saying that because you have so much information to give, right? But now, the one that I really am very happy or excited to talk about is I want to talk to this gentleman. I want to get his company. He's a buyer. He's a buyer of specialty foods. He's the go-to guy of artisanal brand curator, and he's been in the business for quite a long time. At least 18, 19 years, And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about it. But the reason why I'm connected with this gentleman is I met him a long time ago at a networking session, and when I told him what I was doing, he was actually very much interested in that also. And I stayed connected with him, hounded him, and and we stayed connected. And I'm glad that he's always has this accommodating attitude, because he realizes that there's a lot of amazing products out there, and he sort of had an eye, a taste, and a smell for a lot of things that are potentially would be amazing in the U.S. market. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce to you the gentleman, the founder of LR Johnson and Associate, artisanal food curator. Please welcome Larry Johnson.
Hello, everyone, and good morning to the Philippines.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what? I've never asked you this, but I don't want to put you on the spot if you haven't. But have you ever been to the Philippines?
I've never been to the Philippines, but I have quite a few friends who are Filipino, and I must say that I have partaken of so many amazing Philippine feasts as a result of my relationships and contacts.
Well, I visited your website 2 or 3 times in the past week, and I'm amazed of your staff, of what they do. They source a lot of interesting products, and that hopefully that I'm putting another dimension into your discovery of Philippine products, because I know that it's all about artisanal stuff, and we definitely have that. So I invited you today because I want you to empower the Philippine manufacturers. There's a lot of amazing artisanal products from the Philippines. So I've asked you if you could just sort of maybe pick from some of the catalogs or products that are currently in the EmPHorium catalog and give us a perspective. Just do a free, a freestyle, if you may, of anything that you want to talk about the product.
Sure. I think it'd be important for me to provide some perspective for all of the manufacturers and producers out there, right? And I'll tell you the most important lesson I've learned in the food business, and that it's really not necessarily solely about how good or how delicious your food is, because taste is in the mouth of the beholder, right? We all have different flavor profiles and tastes. What might be fantastic for you may not be fantastic for me. And most people, when they go to a store to buy, they only see with their eyes, and sometimes they can smell, they get a little bit of an aroma, but they can see with their eyes. So your packaging and any information you could do beforehand through social media in promoting the essence of your brand, right? Your brand is more than your name. It's what your product stands for. And as an artisanal producer, it's you as an individual and what you and your family and friends have put into the product that you're selling. So that information has to be out there before you even start to knock on the door and try to get into the U.S. market. You should let the market know through social media who you are, what you're about, and what is really very special about what you offer. Because there are lots of products. It may not taste as well as your products do, but similar products on the marketplace, not all of them coming from the Philippines, but some coming from China, from Vietnam, from other places in the world, from Mexico. And you've got to compete in that vast marketplace, right? Now, if you're competing just in the Filipino community, that community may recognize your brand or the specific style of food you're offering. So that's a different kind of approach to the market. But if you're going after the broader U.S. market, we must first understand what is compelling about your product. Why? We were talking about mangoes earlier, right? What is it about your mango product that's distinctive and special? And Ferdinand, you did a fabulous job earlier about pointing out how that particular mango product that the young lady was presenting was of a higher end, very much focused on quality, no added ingredients, nothing to mar the purity of that delicious mango fruit. And so that, in and of itself, appeals to a certain segment of the U.S. population, right? It wouldn't necessarily appeal to your average Walmart shopper, but it would appeal to a shopper that's discriminating, that wants healthy food for his or her family, that wants that snack that's not going to be guilty in terms of what it does in terms of negative things to the body, but that it will taste good, but also be healthy to consume. And also, it helps to know a little bit about the history. So if you have something on social media that talks about the history of the production, about how the founder decided to go into this business, what it means to the family, it really starts to separate your brand from everyone else. And that's what I'm here to really talk about today, and that is how to make what you do stand out, right? I looked at a lot of the products on the platform, Fernando, and it was difficult for me to determine just visually what was what stood out. What was the compelling value proposition of each of the products. So perhaps in the brief descriptions, there could be some adjustment in that. And I'd be happy to sit with you and sort of
Yes.
prompt you with questions that you can hit the producers with, so we can add some words and phrases that would make that description pop.
I want to do like an impromptu thing. I want, while you're talking, do you mind if I bring Audrey back and maybe we can just show the product also? Because
Sure.
instead of looking at the catalog, maybe we can just use Audrey and I'll ask her just listen to what you have to say. And if maybe you can even ask her if you want. Do you mind if I do that?
That would be great.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Audrey. Audrey, so please meet Larry Johnson.
Hi,
Okay.
Audrey.
Sorry.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah. So let's just listen to what Larry has to say about your product because he was listening earlier. So we'll take a few moments instead of him looking at our catalog. I'll let him talk about a little bit about what your product is about. So
So,
just sort
so
of
why,
listen
why,
to him.
why don't we have Audrey? Could you just hold up your one of your products? Okay. Now, what does it say on the label? Just read to me how you describe and present that product. It says mango caramel, right?
Yes.
And so describe that. What is mango caramel?
I the description in the I'll read it to you. Individually wrapped dried mangoes, fully coated with salted caramel and sprinkled with cashews.
Okay. So Audrey, tell me, why is this so special? I mean, if I'm going over to a friend's for dinner and I want to bring a special treat, why would I not be disappointed to bring your delectable caramel caramel mango dish? What is it about it that makes it
Yes.
special than anything else that might be similar?
Okay. Everyone wants to give chocolates. Everyone is thinking of a different gift all the time when you want to give a gift. Okay. And everyone is so spoiled already with the chocolates. Everyone is expecting chocolates for any occasion, be it a birthday, a courtship, maybe, or which is a courtship, or just traveling from the Philippines, going to another country, you're on vacation. It's our culture to always have something to bring with us from our country to give us a gift. And this is actually a choice, which is very unique and especially a different twist. Everybody wants dried mango from the Philippines. But it's always just, oh, dried mangoes. Oh, dried mangoes again. But when you give this out, first I play with the senses, the eyesight. It's really good design, right? I know you said that. I heard you. You acknowledged it. Okay. And then when you give it, it strikes a curiosity right away. I saw that. It was given to me as a gift, like, because they don't open it in front of you right away. They open it when you leave already, unless of course you're so excited, they'll open it right in front of you, of course. So when they
Okay.
open it
So
in front of you, be you will be so much more proud because when they open it, it's so much nicer inside now. It's individually wrapped. It's like there's so much effort put into it. And then when you open it, it's a product that is uniquely combined. Of course, dried mango is available in it by itself. Caramel is available by itself. Cashew is available by itself. But nobody bothered combining all of them and then making it into what it is right now.
Right. Okay.
So
So now we are looking to introduce a product to the U.S. market, and on the face of it, the consumer won't. The only thing the consumer may be aware of the value and the history and the importance of mangoes from the Philippines. They may or may not, right? And they may or may not understand and appreciate the gift giving cultural significance of providing a special gift. So perhaps some of that can be conveyed to the consumer in advance. Or perhaps there's a phraseology that you can put in whatever descriptions you use to promote the product. That this is a product that's fine enough to be given as a gift in the Philippine family, right? Or of the finest in the Philippine tradition of quality mangoes. We bring you the finest, and we make it even more special by enrobing our mangoes in caramel and
caramel.
cashews, and to really bring some romance into the. You've got to get the senses of the consumer focused on what you're doing and delivering. Both, so you've done a great job with your packaging, right? It just
Yeah.
if your packaging is on the shelf, people are going to notice that right away, right? So you basically have about 2.5 seconds to get a consumer to
Attention.
really focus. And so you've done a great job by getting them. They're going to stop when they see your package. Oh, that's cute. But if you've got something, another little teaser on that packaging to say that, from in the fine tradition of quality mangoes, this is the finest of Philippine mangoes, and it's a gift giving uh, uh, quality package, right? And the contents, both the external contents and the internal contents, are worthy of giving in the Philippine tradition. So in that phrase, you've expressed to them that in the Philippines we just don't give gifts willy nilly. It's got to be special and thoughtful, right? So now I'm walking through the shops. I haven't tasted it, but already I know this is kind of special in that culture, and I'm looking for a special gift. Maybe I'll try that. Now, what this also tells me, based on the way you describe your gift, is that your consumer that will appreciate this is going to be a specialty store shopper consumer, right? I wouldn't necessarily focus your product initially on a mass market retailer, but a specialty retailer. In Southern California, we have companies like Gelson's and Erewhon, and we also and certainly it used to be that Whole Foods had that reputation of being the quintessential specialty foods retailer, but they were acquired by Amazon, and they've gotten more to be like a regular standard grocery store. But Sprouts is a name. You may have heard of Sprouts. That's a specialty market. They have lots of specialty artisanal products on their shelves. So to be selective about the retailer that you want to make sure you approach, and then you provide that retailer with lots of good promotional information so that they can help position your product even more.
I'm going to interrupt you guys a little bit, only because at the end of the day, what I wanted this to happen to occur here is more like this is the feedback that a lot of Philippine manufacturers want to have, Larry, because you've been in the business for quite a long time. Okay, and everything that you say, it's even a specialty. It's not even just a regular producer. You're an artisanal food curator, which that means a lot. So to me, when it's just maybe good timing that Larry, you and Audrey here, because I saw it, I saw her product to be that way too. It's one thing, like I said, with the Costco's of the world, with the dried mangoes, but there's something more to it. So that's the reason why I knew that that feedback had to come from you, because you're more in that space. And thank you so much for sort of reinforcing that. So hopefully you got some really golden nuggets there, Audrey, because with Larry, like I said, his eyes, his ears, his contacts. If you follow him on LinkedIn, on Facebook, I think you're on Facebook, Larry. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah.
know you're on LinkedIn.
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yeah. So he's definitely someone you listen to, and check out some of the products that he's actually promoting, Audrey. And any Philippine manufacturer really who's watching this, who can take a cue from what you've done, Audrey, because there are people like Larry who are artisanal, and that's their niche. They don't want to just present to the world some average product that it's all about price. He's all about knowing that the product, yeah, it may be a certain price point, but that, damn it, it's worth it, right, Larry?
That's right. And Audrey, I really like your packaging an awful lot, and I would love to learn more about your products. So if you can get my contact information from Ferdinand, I'd like to learn more about what you're offering.
Okay, so that's a deal. I'm going to make that happen. If I'm going to annoy Audrey and make sure that she contacts you, and if nothing else, yeah, I'm going to annoy the crap out of Audrey, make sure that she follows up. So, Larry, thank you so much for the feedback. I know you're busy. It's here in California. It's now 6:06. You probably just want to unwind. And Audrey's probably like her head is somewhere else right now, and that's a good thing because she's a very, very busy lady. So I'll let you guys both go. Thank you so much for appearing on the show. Thank you so much for elevating EmPHorium again for the next level.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Have a great day, everyone. Audrey, nice to meet you. Thanks for inviting me. Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. I'm just going to, we're at the home stretch, like I said. Thank you, Larry. Thank you so much. And then I'm still welcoming all of the people. Please let me right now, where are you guys watching? What have you thought about Larry's perspective on a product like Audrey, who loves quality, who loves, takes care of the packaging? Give me all of that. I want to know that. So please tell me what you think of that and what Larry said. And just post it on there. I want to know. And then, so now let's go ahead and bring out, I always want to close out the show with something positive, because this is another gentleman that we're going to continue to work with and tell us how to market your product, because Larry even said that, social media, right? So I want to bring back this gentleman. He's a social media motivator. He's a guru when it comes to attraction marketing. Let me go ahead and bring him up now. His name is Sal Jumawan. And he's always on the go. So that's what I love about this guy.
I'm going to pull over real quick. we don't want to promote a bad action to the audience, so I'm going to pull over real quick.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to go viral of some sort if something happened to you, whether you get pulled over by a cop or you get go into a fender bender of some sort. So hey, let's go ahead and talk about you a little bit, what you do, and remind everybody about our collaboration with the master class, and then what is it that you want to convey to the audience about marketing and social media? So please take it away, Mr. Juan.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me back, Ferdy. So I guess what my favorite subject is marketing, and nowadays anybody can really find an awesome product. Work with the logistic, and at the end of the day, you gotta let people know your story. Otherwise, you can have the best quality of product, and not a lot of people hear about your product or learn, hear the story, which is the brand, right? How they're gonna know and reach out and buy your product, right? So we can spend money on advertisement, or we can utilize what is out there that is available for us for free, given if it's used properly, right? So back in the days, I always tell the story. Back in the days, when you want to promote something, like I would always tell the story about my mom. When we were young, she would go to the market, buy some fish, and then tell the people around our neighborhood, if they wanted to buy some fish, and then she put profit on it. So, but then she can only sell to the people that she can reach to, right? Now these days, with today's economy, everybody's looking for another way of making money. Either we can, share the benefit of what we found, of a product, that what we found, to our network, to the people we know, or we can go find ourselves another job. So it's an amazing, what you have done, Ferdy, is collaborating all this information, all this logistics and stuff, and all the people need to do now is just find what fits, or what excites them. Now, after they find what excites them, work with the logistics, technicality, and that's your expertise. They need to deliver their information to the people, and social media is a powerful way to deliver our information by simply keeping in mind the psychology why people are in social media. They are in social media because they want to socialize, they want to get entertained and everything. But if you think about this, big companies, that's what they do. They insert their message in between, like radio, in a radio or in TV or magazine. But now we can create our own network, right? We can build our own network, our own audience, and our story, us, is our subject. But keep in mind that keeping the psychology, and when you tell your story in between, it becomes very, very powerful and effective. So I like to say, we like to call it attraction marketing, because a lot of times people have that mistake and they get into the business and then they spam their audience, with advertisement. You want to keep it, but yet at the same time, tell your story, right? In fact, what we have done is we have put together a mastermind, me and Ferdy. I believe it's like the first Wednesday of November. We'd like to, welcome you so that we can share with you what are the things that we can do beside our busy schedule. If you ever decided that you want to market into your social media network any product that you wanted to work with, we're going to talk about the activities or daily tasks that you should do that help you attract more audience, rather than shy people away. Because remember, guys, people don't like to be sold, but they like to buy. So people are attracted to stories, right? So we need to keep them attracted to our stories, but yet in between, we want to insert our message, the benefits of what we do and stuff. So that's coming up, guys, on November 1st, Wednesday, I believe, of November. We're gonna have the final flyer or something. We want to invite you. We're gonna teach you about how to promote yourself, how to utilize the the Facebook cover and all that kind of stuff, so that you present yourself as a professional, but yet at the same time, not too aggressive. Because here's one thing I learned: the more salesy you are on social media, the more you lose the sales. So you want to keep it normal and natural. Back to you, Ferdy.
When it comes to that style, I always appreciate you ending your comment, a bigger perspective. So that's why I always want to throw it back and say to everyone that you have a business yourself, and that business is also promoting a particular Philippine originated product. Okay, so what it is that I guess I want to try to bring across is that whatever you're doing there now, you're getting so much attraction and success, and I commend you for that. That's why I asked you to sort of, if you want to call it maybe private label, or your way of attraction marketing, because that's just like what Larry said. You have to tell people what the product is about. You have to create the stories, right? So that's why I love what you're doing. That's why you're a perfect example of how we want EmPHorium to be thought of as someone who can not only show products, but how do you sell that doggone product in a very cool manner, or rather make sense manner, or something natural. And that's what you do. That's what you do.
Thank you.
So, again, I always try to at least have the guests have their last word. Sometimes I get a little carried away, get excited. So, what's your last word?
Visibility can increase your profitability. So we have to stay visible, guys. And if we do have a daily task that will keep us in check without, dramatically changing our priorities, I believe anybody who is determined to start their own business in social media will be successful. If we can do it, they can do it.
I appreciate it. Sal, with those words, hopefully that resonates to everybody. These days, the mindset is everybody's open. Everybody's open and trying to live a better life and something they enjoy. And you're giving them that option. At the end of the day, there's another word that I like the other day. I'm paraphrasing it. Some people don't like you said, that part about some people don't like to be sold. Sometimes what you need to do is tell a story, because sometimes people will tell you that I'm not interested or whatever in a particular product. But see, what you need to do is try to create or help them realize what their needs are also, right? So it may not necessarily be about the products, but also maybe what the product means and the worth or value to them that potentially could be in their life. Sometimes people just say no to certain things and they don't realize that. And that's what we're trying to do on a daily basis with EmPHorium, trying to just create possible scenarios or businesses with Philippine-made products. I just happen to gravitate toward that. But there's so many amazing products in the world. So thank you, Sal, for that. And I hope to see you again. And hopefully we continue to beef up that masterclass you're going to do with us next month. And if you have any questions about that moving forward, please start posting in our social media so that people will get familiar with what's coming up. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. We're here. We're at that end part. And I just want to share a couple of things today. I had an interesting day. I met a lady that hopefully she gets to be able to be a part of EmPHorium. She's known as the chocolate queen in the Philippines. And I ate all the little tidbits of chocolate that she had, that she gave me today just to taste the product. And it's so good. I think I had a head rush because there's so much chocolate in it. That's pure chocolate, okay? But that's not my story. My story, when I met with her and her partners, I was so amazed at her passion in terms of the product. It's not about just creating the product. What I like about her, and I told her this, is that how she would take the cacao beans, not just buying it from somewhere, actually even growing it herself, and create, and the end product is creating this amazing livelihood for them in a product that it needs to be shown in other parts of the country and possibly even put Philippines on the map about cacao or chocolate. And her thing is that she's persistent and she's passionate. And I think that's a couple of things that Philippine manufacturers need to have about wanting to go into the U.S. market. Lastly, the one that I want to leave everybody with is that if you're going to go into marketing your product, the one common denominator from Larry to Audrey to Sal, you got to tell a story. You have to have something that separates you from everybody else, because that is the truth. There's a lot of different mango brands out there, but what the heck is the difference between this mango brand and this mango brand? Is really just the story. And people buy stories, people. That's how I feel, because you can't differentiate it. And that's why social media is the way it is, because people tell stories, and social media, they sort of like tell other people about what it is, and they buy that because a mango is a mango, like what they have in Costco, like we were saying earlier. But the difference is that there's something about that company or how that mango is picked or where it's picked that makes it that amazing, and that's what Audrey's all about. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much. It looks like we're, again, always, I'm going to make it a show about an hour and a half, I think. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye here. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything that I might have left in terms of that. So please stay tuned for tomorrow. Masterclass, 6 o'clock, PST or Pacific Standard Time here in California, but in the Philippines, that is 6 o'clock, or rather 9 o'clock. So please stay tuned to that, because that's one of the biggest component in trying to bring Philippine products into the U.S. market. So with that being said, thank you so much. Again, EmPHorium is about elevating, educating, and hopefully I was somewhat entertaining for you guys and all the people that were talking, and we were able to make that connection. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a good rest of the weekend. Currently live in EmPHorium in the Philippines. I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat, and for the people in the US watching this live at the EmPHorium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. EmPHorium is a unique US based, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center, and its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And EmPHorium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602.